Hi everyone, welcome to the Roars podcast of teen romance. My name is Catalina Lopez, I'm a junior, and I'm a staff writer for the Roar.
My name is Joshua Cedro, I'm also a junior, and I'm also a staff writer for the Roar.
Hi, my name is Rahbar, I'm a junior at Santa Clara High School, and I'm also a staff writer for the Roar. So today's topic is going to be about teen romance and the reality of everyone wanting to have a constant desire of teen romance and like wanting a relationship, especially in high school. And we're going to talk about movies, high expectations, dreams, and social media and all that stuff.
Yeah, so we all know and love rom-coms, right?
Obviously.
So for me personally, I've gained a love for rom-coms, like 10 Things I Hate About You, She's All That, 27 Dresses, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. But the problem with those is that for me, I have super high expectations just because of those movies. Like, oh my god, like, he built a car. Oh my god, they need to build a car for me. Oh my god, he built her a house in The Notebook, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, it just, like, that doesn't really help me because, like, I feel like my expectations just grow higher and higher every single day. And I've never had a boyfriend before. So I feel like that kind of, like, affects it because I know what I want, I know what I'm expecting, but if they don't reach my standards, then I feel I'm never gonna get into a relationship. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, right?
I get where you're coming from, obviously. You know how rom-coms set these expectations where these main characters and the romantic interest, they go above and beyond to try and impress them, and it'll work to a degree. All that depends on the show. But at the end of the day, you have to realize it's TV and it's going to be unrealistic. Well, in a way, yes. Obviously, it can happen under right circumstances, but it's not to be expected, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Ever heard of If He Wanted To, He Would?
I was about to say that.
Because like, I believed in that, but then I saw this one post on TikTok, on social media, and this guy was like, I don't believe in if he wanted to, he would, because what if he wants to, but he can't? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what if a guy's in a relationship but he wants to, so that's why he can't, you know what I mean? Because, like, a bunch of
me and Rahbar
have a crush, and you want to know if he likes you, like, he's gonna, like, make the effort, he's gonna put in the effort, he's gonna do this, text you, this and that. But, like, at this point, I don't even believe that anymore. Like, I've given up on that.
And that does go into one of the things I really did want to talk about with social media. The way I see it, it sets unrealistic expectations on relationships, especially those like couple TikTok accounts, those couple Instagram accounts. They always showcase the good things. They always showcase what they want to show you, which is the good things, like, oh, buying flowers for like my significant other, or like going all out for their birthday and buying them a car, and it sets high you have for a relationship. You know, these people on social media, they see it and they're like, oh, like, wow, like, that's so, like, romantic, that's, like, amazing. And then leading kind of to the, if they wanted to, they would. When there's always more to it than social media shows. There's always, naturally in a relationship, there'll always be fights, there'll be disagreements, there'll be conflicts, but they don't show that part on social media. Mm-hmm. They always show that, oh, we're in a great relationship, everything is 100% fine, you know, there's no flaws, when there are going to be flaws. Mm-hmm. And when that does happen, like, and when there are flaws in relationships, especially in these years as we're teenagers, it's gonna lead to a lot of dissatisfaction in a relationship. Like, oh, how come my relationship isn't like this, or how come it's not as perfect as TV shows and reality and like movies and all that. So it leads to dissatisfaction when the reality is you're just two kids that are trying your best to love each other and show that you care for each other.
I feel like some of the rom-coms that I watch, they kind of show like a bad part, like where they're arguing or like something doesn't happen right and they get mad at each other, like 27 Dresses. Like, okay, so
Well, because he's a journalist, and then
Yeah.
he put her story in his newspaper,
Yeah.
and she got mad about it.
without her consent.
Yeah.
But like the editor posted it without
Mhm.
his permission.
Right.
Because he was like, I want this.
It's
like, I
not
need
done
to
yet.
tell her,"
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And she got mad, and then like this whole thing happened, and they didn't talk. She hated him, and all that stuff. But then they get married at the end of the movie. Or what other movies are there?
She's all that with the bet.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Anyone But You, the new movie that came out with Sydney Sweeney and
Glenn
Glenn
Powell.
Powell. Like
I haven't watched it yet.
I
What's it?
They have like a little scene where they get mad at each other because he said something to her, and then also in the beginning of the movie they were like, oh my god, like this could be something, like I really like you, and then he got nervous and told his friend like, oh my god, no, like there's something off about her, like I'm definitely not in love. And then she overheard and she was like, what the heck?
Oh my god.
And then she walked down, she was on the phone with her friend, she was like, this guy sucks, blah blah blah. And then they meet later in the movie and they're like, ugh, like I hate you, but it's our best friend's wedding, our sister's wedding, my sister's wedding, your best friend's wedding, so we just gotta come together and like do all that stuff. And then they become lovers, and then they get in a fight again, and then they come back together. So I feel like it's very off and on. Like they can show the negatives and the positives.
Always with those misunderstanding scenes, they're always like, oh, there's just like, just hear each other out. There's always more to the story than you think.
Yeah. Like in 27 Dresses, like she didn't get the full story. She just saw the newspaper and she was like,
Right.
what is this?
The movies typically tend to do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are some of your guys' experiences with like relationships, or like what the trend is now is like talking stages, which like
I hate that.
I-
I hate that.
how?
I am an active hater of talking stages and situationships. I mean, I get the idea and the point behind it, but just how it is, I'm not a big fan of it.
It's way too more complicated than it's supposed to be. Like
Yeah.
there's like back then, like you'd go on a date and then you'd be like, oh my god, like I like you, let's go on a second one. But now it's like, let me add you on Snapchat, let me add you on Instagram, let me get your username, we'll talk there, never talk in person.
I'll ghost you,
Yeah.
and then we're done.
I'll find a new girl.
It's just
new
like
boy.
I feel like it's just like this generation is so messed up, just because like I'm gonna target the guys because like I'm sorry, Josh, no offense, it's not you though, it's not you, but like a lot of the guys nowadays, it's like, oh, can I get your snap, and then they'll like talk whatever, oh, and then they'll just like,
I'm bored.
yeah, I'm bored, and then they'll ghost you, and then he'll move on to the next girl, the next girl, the next girl. And also, like, a bunch of the guys' followings on Instagram look like he goes to an all-girls school. It's like, why are you following 500 girls? Like, especially if you're in a relationship, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why are you following all these girls? Why are you following all these, like, swimsuit models? Like, stop it. What are you doing? Like, I need someone who's loyal, who, if they don't have a social media, bonus. Like, I need I love, like, a good nerd, like, tall, like, good in school, and a lot of them don't care about school. Like, they don't care about school. They don't, like, and they say they're, like, religious or not a player, but then they're, like, the spawn of Satan, you know?
They have the proverbs.
Exactly. Like Matthew too. I'm like, boy, no. Like, weren't you just drinking at a party the other day? You know what I mean? It's like, and then like back then it was like they'd bring flowers to your door, and like it was different, you know? It was so like more simple, I feel like. Nowadays it's just so complicated, and it's so inconsistent also, and it's just fake also. I want real love. You feel me?
I hear that saying go around a lot, and I both like and hate the quote at the same time. People who say, I want real love, 9 out of 10 of them, at least in my experience, don't have a true definition of love. And there is no true definition of love. Everyone's definition is different, but they don't know what true love is. They think of true love as just like everything's going to be perfect, whereas true love is always going to be the hardest to achieve. It's when true love is for that person that makes all the fights, all the conflicts, all the disagreements worth it in the end. Like you may be fighting right now, but I'd rather keep you in my life like right now than lose you possibly forever, that sort of thing.
Other people have their different like viewpoints on real love based on movies, books, social media, their parents, their siblings. Like if a sibling has a relationship, they're like, oh my god, like I want that relationship, like I want to be treated like that. Or they look at someone else and they're like, oh, I don't want to be treated like that, I want to be treated like this. Like I want more than this. And so I feel like people's definition of real love is like, or true love is very different from other people's.
Yeah. Also, people that don't want relationships, like they find their love in family, which is great. I find love in family and friends and the environment overall. Like some people don't need a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner to find love, which is great. Like I love that. So as of right now, I'm on self-love. Like I don't need a man right now. Like my time, I believe that my time will come when it comes. I believe that whenever God thinks I'm ready, then he'll send an awesome, amazing man. Or also, oh my god, the invisible string theory.
Oh my
what
god.
do we feel about that? Oh my god.
I absolutely
Low-key,
love that theory.
I love it. I believe, I will not give up. Like, I solely believe that it's true, bro.
Like, what if, like, you're playing a video game, like, on an online lobby or whatever? Like, let's say Fortnite or Roblox or something like that.
Ew, bucket to you.
Or, like, Call of Duty. I don't know.
Okay.
But, like, that, like, your future husband or wife or whatever, they could literally be in your lobby and you wouldn't know. Like, you're literally playing with, like,
exactly.
your future.
Oh my god. I saw this one post where this girl was like on the highway and she took a picture of the sunset at like a certain time, and then her future husband took the same photo on the same highway at the same time of the same sunset on the same day, and I was like, that is wild.
Or like they're in like the background of their photo.
Yes, bro.
And, like, they meet later in life.
Or like, oh, he used to live in my old house or something. I'm like, what? Like that's
And
crazy.
There's also those ones where it's like, oh, they went to the same school, but like they didn't know each other at the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like you know someone, and then like you know them and they know you, but like they weren't matured yet, and then once they matured and found themselves, then come together.
That is an excellent point, and I want to really emphasize on the maturity. High school relationships, it's, people, like, especially our age, are looking for love and relationships when they don't even know what a relationship
Exactly.
is capable
matured.
of.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of a little bit off of Mia's point about, like, seeing, like, your siblings and family's relationship. My brother's in a relationship, my best friend's in a relationship. And it's like, going off of my brother, he always goes to me and just like talks to me about like, you should get into a relationship when you're ready, because it is difficult. And I have seen it like firsthand from him. Like, I don't really want to call out a lot, but they do FaceTime a lot. So like just seeing that, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. Or like they text a lot, which is gonna be a natural relationship, but just like, I don't know if I can do that either. So it definitely comes down to a point of maturity too. Like a lot of us our age are not mature enough to have those kinds of important like conversations that will make or break a relationship. So it always usually just ends in an ending, or keeps going but just delays the inevitable. And I'll admit to you, I'm immature. There are definitely a lot of things in my life, past talking stage situations, whatever you want to call them, that like have ended kind of not the way I'd like it. And like, I don't think I'm mature enough to have that conversation again or reconnect again. I'm not ready to have that chat yet, you know?
Yeah. We may think we're, adding on to that, we may think we're mature enough, but then I feel like once the opportunity actually comes to us, we're like, no. Like, we're kind of scared. Because, like, for either girls and guys, when, like, someone hits us up, we're like, ew, you know? Like, we want, like you may say, like, oh my god, I want a relationship so bad, but then once, like, some guy hits you up, you're like, never mind. Exactly. Like, once the opportunity comes up, you, what's the word for it? Push it away, in a way. Yeah, you push it away.
Or also, like, girls are too picky, boys are too picky. Like, they want something exactly
like,
to their mindset.
Like, for me, I have a type, right? Like, I have a...
Everyone has a type.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, people may not say that, but, like, for me, personality matters more. But, like, also, if I know... at least for me, at least for, like, most girls, I feel like, I don't know. But, what was I saying? Like, if I know how you act at school, like, no thanks. Like, the guys that hit me up, like, I know, like, they go to the other school, but I just know how they act because I've seen them around their friends, or I've seen their Instagram posts, and I'm like, you're not for me. Like, you're definitely not my type. You're not for me. It's not gonna work. Like, I feel I'm too mature for them, you know? Like, I do good in school. I care about my grades, and they're just, like, they're posting, like, the most gangster music ever with their pants sagging down, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like, that's not gonna work for me or for my parents, or no. Like, yeah. Okay, so why do high school students or young people want a relationship? I feel they just want it for the enjoyment, when in reality they're not ready. They just want it for the fun. But for some of us, like for me, I'm dating to marry. I'm not dating to date and then to break up later. Like, I feel that's just a waste of time. So I feel they're just doing it without even, whether they're just clueless about it.
You want to look for something long term, and that's not something that's being offered at our age right now. So
yeah,
I've been living in a saying that, like, if it's right for me, it will come to me. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like, for me, I'm also, like, dating to marry, but, like, not right now. Like, I'm dating to marry maybe in, like, the later years of college. Right now, I'm kind of, like, just having fun. Like, I'm looking, like, at other people, like, oh my god, like, I want something that they did do.
Or you live and you learn too. It's like, oh, don't do that, you know?
Yeah. That way, like, you know what's going on. Like, if you have that experience of dating someone, then you're like, okay, so, like, in the future, I'm not going to do this. Or I'm going to look for someone that does this.
Right, yeah. So, this concludes our teen romance podcast for The Roar. Make sure to follow our Instagram, SCRoar. Go on our website at scroar.net. Our YouTube channel, SCRoar.
This is Joshua Cedro, signing off.
This is Rahbar, signing off.
This is Catalina Lopez, signing off.